In today's video, I'll teach you step by step how to build a professional Android application using Google AI Studio. Even if you've never learned coding before, after watching this video, you'll be able to turn your idea into a real application. And once you learn how to build this application, you'll gradually learn how to build any type of application. Before moving ahead, I have a small request. If you're new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more such no-code tutorials. Now, without wasting any time, let's start. First, let's understand the working of the application we're going to build in this video, which screens it will have and how the application will function. For this, I've made a mind map so you can understand it well. There's a user side and an admin side. On the user side, our application will have 4 screens: splash screen, authentication screen, home screen, and lastly, the settings screen. On the splash screen, as soon as the user clicks on our application, a loading type screen appears, which we call the splash screen. If the user has come for the first time, they'll need to authenticate. If the user has closed the application and reopened it, and authentication is already done, they'll be redirected directly to the home screen, where the user will see a list of tasks which the admin can add, edit, delete, and publish categories for users. The user can very easily mark tasks as complete, view details, filter, and search. And the last screen on the user side will be the bottom navigation bar with 2 features, one for home and one for settings. In home, as you understood, the tasks will be shown, and in settings there will be basic features like color theme, notification enable/disable, and a logout button. Now, talking about the admin side, there will be a list of all the authenticated users on our application, which we can view, manage, search, and also change roles. And the second screen on the admin side is manage tasks/categories, where the admin can add, edit, and delete task categories. For the backend of this application, we are going to use Firebase Auth, and for the database, we are going to use Firestore. And for UI design, we are going to use the Material 3 library with dynamic Android colors, which are used natively in Android. If you don't understand this, you can visit this website. I'll give you the link in the description, where you'll find all the official Android components which we'll use to build our application. And if you don't know about dynamic colors, these are called dynamic colors that come by default in your Android operating system. If you're a Pixel user, you'll understand this very well. Now, what I explained in the mind map, I've generated a complete detailed PRD from ChatGPT. Now, let's copy this complete PRD from here and convert this idea of ours into a real application. So we simply copy it from here, and we don't need to do anything for backend setup. Everything will be handled with the help of Google AI Studio. Just copy this PRD from here. And yes, you don't need to copy the complete PRD, only copy the user side. We'll build the admin later. So after simply copying the user side PRD, now you just need to open your browser, then search for Google AI Studio. After that, open the first website in the results. After that, click on Get Started. You might see an interface something like this. If you see an interface like this, go to the sidebar, simply to the Build section, and after that, go to the Apps section. If you've already created a project before, it'll show up in the list. If not, the Composer will open directly, and if you've created projects before, you'll click on the plus icon, which will take you back to the Composer, ready to create a new project. Now here we need to select a template for our application. Here you'll find a lot of templates and features to use in your application. First, we'll select the framework for our Android app, which we've selected. Now here we are also going to use authentication and database in our application. So here's the template we can select. Here, add database and authentication, which we need in our application. There are also AI-related ones here, like image generation, video generation, animation, adding several Gemini features to your application if you want AI integration in your app. Like if you want to build an app where the user gives input, gives a prompt, and an image gets generated, like how ChatGPT works, you want to build an app like that. Photo generator, video generator, text generator. So there are a lot of templates here you can use. But for now, we want to build our application according to our PRD. So we'll just simply copy-paste the PRD here. After pasting it, now we just need to click the Build button. After clicking the Build button, now we just need to wait a bit because Google AI Studio will analyze our PRD. After that, it'll prepare the backend of our application, prepare the front end, which will take time. And this is going to be quite a slow process. So I'll just fast forward and show you. So here on the side, you can see it has started analyzing our PRD. Google AI Studio has started. And yes, if you want to change the model of Google AI Studio, you can also change that by going to settings from here. And within a few minutes, it prepared the UI design of our application here. Now, if you look at the side here in our build.gradle file, dependencies and packages have started getting applied and installed. So let's just wait here. When our screens start getting built, I'll let you know. So I'm going to fast forward here and show you. And yes, from here you can also see the code along with the preview, what the code of our application is, what the structure is. So our minimal design website is ready. Let's click on preview. And you can check that it has made a very minimal design. Let's refresh the application once. Okay, successfully refreshed. And now from here, let's relaunch the application. In Google AI Studio, we get to see a full virtual device, so we can test our application completely like a real device. Now let's test our to-do application. And if your backend isn't being generated automatically, or if you're facing a problem, I'll give you a solution for that too right now. For now, let's register on our application. But before that, let's open the backend and check whether our project has been created or not. So for this, we'll simply open a new tab and then search for Google Firebase console. Simply search for it. After that, open the second website in the results. And then you can see here that our To-Do Apps project has been created in the backend, meaning it's been created on our Firebase. Now let's simply click on it and you can check here that our application has also been successfully added. And as soon as we go to our application settings, you'll get a JSON file here. You need to download this JSON. After downloading it, come back to Google AI Studio and paste it there. And then you just need to type in simple language, connect with my Firebase backend. So our application will get successfully connected with the Firebase backend. That's all you need to do. You can directly add that JSON file here, like clicking on the plus icon here, going to upload file and selecting your JSON, opening it here, and then you just need to type the message. It's not a difficult task at all. You'll be able to do it very easily. So our application is already ready. It's added the backend here and automatically set it up. Google AI Studio did it. If it doesn't happen for you automatically, no big deal. If it's already done, you don't need to do any of this. Now let's go to authentication. It's already added here too, where we've used Google's email authentication, meaning our provider lets the user authenticate through email and password in our application. And going to Firestore, here will be our application's database, which is currently empty because there are no users or tasks in the application yet. So let's first authenticate on the application and check by going to the authentication section whether our data is getting stored or not. So here, let's first register as a new user and see. Let's do it quickly here. Okay, we've filled in the registration details here. Now let's click Create Account and see whether our account gets created or not. Wow, our account has been successfully created. Let's go to Settings and here we can also see our profile. Now let's go to the backend side and check whether our data has been stored or not. So here we go to Authentication and you can check that the Gmail we used to authenticate to register our account is showing up here too, meaning our authentication system is working correctly. Now let's test the application further here. Let's go to the Appearance section and here we can switch between light and dark mode. Clicking on the Logout button, we are successfully logged out. Now let's log in once and check whether the login system works or not. Okay, we have filled in the details here. Let's log in. We have successfully logged in. And right now there are no tasks in our application. We could have added demo data by mentioning it in the PRD, but we didn't do that here. Now whatever we add from the admin side will show up here on the user side. Tasks and their details will get filled in. So the problems we are currently facing in the application are, like in Appearance, our dark and light mode isn't working. And the application's design is quite glitchy and the UI isn't consistent either. Right now you can see the button is blue in color, but here you can see the bottom navigation has a different color. The UI isn't consistent. So to fix this exact problem, I've typed a prompt here. Now let's just send it and wait a bit for the UI to change and for the problem to get fixed. So here, dark and light mode should now work, I think. The problem has been fixed here. So let's switch to light mode. Dark mode is already working. Yes, it's working here. But the UI still isn't perfect. Okay, now there's no major error in our application. But right now, there are no tasks showing up in our application, which we can only create through the admin. You could also use a collection in the backend, but having an admin would be better. So let's build an admin for our application now and then do proper final testing. So let's go back to Firebase and here we'll click Add App and here we'll select Web because we want to build our admin in website format. So here we'll type a name, click Register App. Now here we'll get the config for our web application. So let's simply copy this. After copying, we'll save it in our notes. After that, click Continue to Console. Now our admin isn't going to be too heavy, nor does it need too many features. So basically we're building the admin panel in HTML itself to manage our application. We could also build it in mobile app format, but it's not that big a job, and managing it in HTML will also be quite easy. So for this, simply open Google AI Studio again, and once you're there, open the Google AI Studio website again and go to the playground. Now here we need to enter our admin's PRD. Make sure you only copy the admin features. The extra stuff was added in the PRD earlier. You don't need to copy that. Only copy as many features as there are. Now we need to enter that PRD here. After that, we also need to enter our config, which we copied from Firebase. So let's copy it from here and provide it here. Now here we have everything ready. So here I've typed a small prompt saying I need to build an admin with the config applied, which is our Firebase config, along with using HTML, Tailwind CSS, and JavaScript to build the whole application in a single code file with responsive design for mobile and desktop. So now let's just click Send, just click Run. Okay, now our admin is ready. Now from here, let's click the download button to download the HTML file and let's open it. Wow, our admin has opened successfully here. The email we used to authenticate earlier is showing up here. If I show you on the backend side, in the authentication section, you can check there too. The same user is showing up in our backend as well, meaning our user section is working correctly. As for the rest, this email has been given the admin role here. We could remove this too if we wanted. Now let's go to the tasks section, and if you click here, demo data will go to our backend, which I had mentioned in the PRD but didn't tell you about. So here some tasks have come in, which is our demo data for testing. And if we go to Firestore, we'll see the same demo data. What we have in our admin is this demo data. So it loads so we can test whether the backend is working correctly or not. So you can check that we are seeing the same data here. Now let's create a new task here, and that should show up too. Right now you can see we have tasks showing up. Let's create one of our own task too. So we've filled in the task details here. Now let's click Publish Task. So our task has been successfully published. Now let's test it on our application. And now you can check that the demo data that was in our application is showing up here. Let's refresh our application once. And let's see whether the task we recently added is showing up or not. Let's see. Now here you can check that the task we just recently added is now showing up here. Like here, we can click Mark as Done to successfully complete it too. And now if I take you to the backend and show you, you can check there too, the one we recently added is also showing up in the backend. Meaning our frontend and backend are working properly together. And let's check by deleting a task here. For example, I've deleted 2 here. Now let's refresh the application once and check whether the tasks that were deleted have actually been deleted or not. And as long as we check on the backend, only 3 are showing right now. So it's successfully deleted here too. The tasks have been deleted. This means our application is now working properly in real time. And the settings user interface is now looking much better too. So you saw how, with the help of Google AI Studio, we built our own full-stack to-do application with an admin panel for which we didn't need any coding knowledge at all. We didn't write a single line of code, but we still built our application complete with backend and admin panel. Yes, the application was a bit small because this is just the beginning if you're a beginner. As you explore more and try building more such applications, your practice will get better and you'll learn to build even bigger applications like this. So let's end today's tutorial here. I hope you learned something new from this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and definitely subscribe to this channel for more such tutorials. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.